Hey everyone, my name is Raul Alejandro Mendoza and I am the writer and director of Before I Leave. I am currently a student at the University of Houston studying media production with a concentration in film production and a minor in Mexican American studies. Before I Leave looks at the story of Natalia, a young gay Latina who brings her partner disguised as her friend to her family's dinner 2 days before she is to leave back to college. During this dinner, she is caught being intimate with her partner by her mother. She uses the next 2 days to really understand herself, her culture, but most importantly, her sexual identity and how that plays into her identity of being a Latina. Underneath it all, Before I Leave is a film about love, is about understanding, but is most importantly a film about understanding who you are and who you've always been. When we look at the world of sexual identity when it comes into play with culture. Now, we have come to you all for help through an Indiegogo campaign to make sure that we have enough funds necessary for actors being paid, crew members being paid, production costs, post-production, and all that wonderful stuff that has to go into making this film a reality. When you donate to this campaign, you aren't just donating to make a film happen. You are donating to a cast and crew of young, diverse filmmakers passionate about putting out a story about underrepresented communities. For so long, the industry has ignored these stories, and we want to put it out there and be able to make an art that speaks not just for everyone, but those who feel like they can't be who they were always supposed to be. So go and check out our wonderful perks and donate today. There's wonderful perks out there, especially an incredible poster that you can get signed that was designed by Smoltog on Twitter. Her name is B, and we want to thank her so much. She made an incredible poster. Please go check out those tiers and check out all the wonderful ways that you can help us out. We understand that during a global pandemic, it is not easy to donate to a cause right now, but there are other ways that you can help us, especially by sharing this on social media and telling your friends and family about our film. I want to thank you all so much for listening and watching this, and we hope to hear from you soon. Welcome back to the Nerd Court Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks that nerd shit. And Brad, can you hear the bass in your ears when that music plays?
Bam, 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 bam.
You're gonna get real tired of it. But you know what, man? I've got a fun movie.
Man,
But,
Lug would be going ham on them keys, bro.
Yeah, Ludwig, he's just going.
Bam, 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 bam.
That Ludwig, man.
Mhm.
Crazy motherfucker, bro. But, yeah. As always, the Nerd Chicana here to host the show. Runs my wonderful co-host, Young Yoda.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the OG original show.
The OG original show, the main show. And as always, today we are continuing on with our... That's great. My dog just busted my train of thought. We are continuing on with the International Film Month we have here on the Nerd Court, and we're going to be looking at... We're staying in the same country. We're still in Iran. But Brad chose The Taste of Cherry from Abbas Kiarostami.
Well, kind of, sort of. It was my second pick.
Second choice. So somebody didn't come through with the row, and I was not going to buy a DVD of the film. So guess what? You had to go with the second choice.
I forgive him.
Yeah. We would have made a long pilgrimage all the way to Japan this week, but instead we had to stay home in Iran. Next week, we'll make a long pilgrimage to South Korea, though. But today we're going to be discussing The Taste of Cherry by Abbas Kiarostami, the 1997 award-winning, the Palme d'Or winning film from Palme d'Or, winner Abbas Kiarostami. So before we get into that stuff, I want to ask Brad, what's up, man? How you been doing?
Doing well. First day of vacation today. Got to mail out. Yeah. So I'm off this whole week. So, but I got to mail off stuff today for Pardis. So Pardis, that should be coming soon. And yeah, about it. I've been roasting Kevin all day. So that's been fun.
Yep. I had to go drop the dogs off, get them groomed off with my mom, groomed with my mom.
So fresh and so clean.
Oh, clean. And then I, went to go waste some time, and I got some new shoes and got a Sunday.
Always a good day. That's always a good day.
Yeah, I got a Sunday. We collected about $17 today for the fundraiser. So it's a good day, guys. It's a good day.
I have a question though. All the tiers are in 5, 10, 50. They're in $5 like
until you reach the 500.
Till you reach into yeah. I mean, so how can people just donate like $2 here and there?
So you can so instead of getting the perks, so somebody already did this. So my friend, she donated $2 today, and you can do that by going all the way to the end, and there's a contribution tab. You can make a donation of whichever money you want without getting a single reward. My cousin donated 100, but she didn't choose a reward. She just wanted to make a contribution. So you can do that.
50 cents. 50 cents to you, Ro.
Yeah. I'm guessing like in the sense of Brenda, because you got the $25, so you get to do the watch party with us and stuff. Like in case if Brenda's like, oh, I still want to donate, but like I'm gonna be watching the movie with you since we live in the same house, and donate. Then Brenda could be like, okay, I'm just gonna drop $10 in the contribution instead of choosing.
So what you're saying is I'm pulling that Disney Plus shit. Just we'll all watch it.
We're all watching. Pretty much. But dude, that's just how it works. Like I said, everything that's being sent to through streamlabs.com/nerdcore/ my Venmo because of Michelle, that goes to the contribution. That doesn't get a reward because I can't keep track of who donated and said, okay, you donated $5, get the $5 per whatever.
Well, is your Venmo allocated into this right now, or is that still in Venmo?
That's still on Venmo.
So so the number is actually higher than what you're showing.
Yes. So on Venmo, there's like on Venmo and PayPal, I think we have like together like $15 probably. So we're still taking donations at streamlabs.com/nerdcore. We're doing a Venmo as well, or you can tip us on Stream Elements, whichever one you want. Right now on it was just $2 sent to my PayPal, and then PayPal takes a fee, so I just have $1.64 in my account.
Got them 64 cents.
But and then of course on Venmo I have $5 from Michelle.
Nice.
So like give or take, we have like about $21 $21 for today if we're putting that in there. But we're still taking stuff.
We're trying to hit that halfway mark here soon.
Hopefully by the end of the weekend we are at halfway funded. And honestly, by the looks of it, because a lot of like Aiden hasn't donated because he's not paid yet. So like, we've got a lot of people who said like, hey, I'm going to donate as soon as I get paid. I haven't been paid yet. So like, I'm pretty sure that by the end of the weekend, we will be at the halfway mark. So either way, I appreciate anybody who drops anything, $2, $5, 100, 500. It doesn't matter what you donate. I appreciate it 100%. And I thank you guys just for even, believing in what I want to make here. So, I appreciate that so much. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. I want to get into this movie, and I want to, oh, hold on. If you're watching this early, that means you're a Patreon supporter. And it's a lot earlier than usual because Brad has to go see his parents tonight. And we get to do an early recording, and then I'll be streaming some Minecraft with Luis at the same time. We will be going live tonight, so 8 o'clock. We're gonna be doing a Minecraft stream on Java. So so Patreon.com/nerdcore for that, and we're almost at our 5 Patreon goal right now. Patreon goal because we had Pardis, we had Aiden, we had Saul who joined, and then now we have Kevin. So welcome back, Kevin. Welcome back to the Patreon. We've missed you. It's been a while. I would like to remind people, before there was a Tony, there was a Kevin.
Mhm.
Kevin was the first one who would actually post in the community page.
Yeah.
Even though he'd give us the same topics we would talk on GamerCore, he would still give us topics. So, shout out to the OG Kevin. He was the first one.
And now I kind of feel bad for roasting him all day. Kind of.
Yeah.
Not really.
Not really. Thank you for joining us again, Kevin. And we thank you so much for your patronage. So shout out to Kevin. All right, Brad. Let's go ahead and get into this. Your second pick.
Which is super short. So
yeah, but those names aren't easy, bro.
I'll try.
All right. With that being said, if you have not watched Taste of Cherry, first of all, I don't know how much we have to be saying this, but literally the Criterion Channel is the destination for film lovers, man. That new restoration they made of this movie,
ooh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie.
Oh my god!
Like compared to the previous one we watched, it's like this dude got a budget.
Yeah, so Close Up hasn't gotten a 4K digital restoration, so that one's just a new Close Ups is a new restoration, even though it still looks beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
But this was the newest restoration of Taste of Cherry that came out 2 months ago, Brad. Like they just upscaled it to that 4K quality.
It did wonders. Did wonders in my eyes.
Oh man, bro! Like y'all gotta go and check it out.
So stop it right here and come back.
Come back. But if you don't care about spoilers, then go ahead and keep going. Either way, your spoiler warning is in effect in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, man. Let's go ahead and get this going. Let's go ahead and introduce them to 1997's Taste of Cherry.
Straight from our main source, Wikipedia, Taste of Cherry is a 1997 Iranian drama film written, produced, and directed by Abbas Kiarostami. It is a minimalist film about a man who drives through a city suburb in search of someone who can carry out the task of burying him after he commits suicide. It was awarded the Palme d'Or at the 1997 Cannes Film Festival, which it shared with The Eel. And directed by Abbas Kiarostami, produced by him, written by him, starring it's gonna be hard. Hamayoun Ershadi, Abdurrahman Bagheri, Afshin Khorshid Bakhtiari, Safar Ali Maradi, and I'm not even gonna try cinematography. You can try cinematography.
I'm so sorry, guys. It's just we're terrible. We're terrible at pronouncing names. AK, if you're ever listening to this, bro, we're so sorry, man. We're just terrible at
My bad. These are difficult names for Americans.
Yeah, difficult names. But hold on, man. Please just focus.
I think I had manual focus.
I don't have it on manual. You want me to pull focus right here?
Whatever. I'm used to it. Everybody else is grossed out by it. I'm just used to it by now.
I'm on it's because I'm on automatic. I'm not on manual right now.
Yeah, that's kind of what we figured.
Yeah. No, I'm in manual automatic, picture mode.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know. Hold on. That should be TV. No, this is AV. All right, cool.
Welcome everybody to the Nerdcore technical difficulties.
Okay.
There. Yay! There we go.
Yeah, but what's going on, man?
There you go.
All right, whatever. I'm not dealing with this.
You're good. You're good.
All right, cool. So what was I gonna say? That oh, sorry, AK, if you're listening to this, bro. We're just terrible at these names. Let's go. We're gonna try to get better, honestly. But
we're working on it.
Let's go ahead and you do this, Brad, and I'm gonna go and check what's going on here with my camera. So you go ahead. Give us your initial.
Just leave me hanging. Just leave me hanging.
What are your initial? Is that right? I didn't know you changed it.
I did change it. Just I don't know. I don't know. StreamYard's weird.
Yeah. What the hell, man?
If y'all didn't know, we play Among Us.
Yeah, we play that a lot. But I was gonna say, what's it called? What's it called? Introduce your initial thoughts here, man.
My initial thoughts on this movie is It's going to take me a second viewing probably, but I have to say this is one of the best films I've ever seen. It's in my top 10 easily.
Brad, I don't know if you've got this feeling, but this reminded me. So this isn't as optimistic as Ikiru, but it had this very weird sense of Kurosawa dread. But
yeah, in a way.
A very interesting type of Kurosawa optimism as well.
Yeah, and I really appreciated how it went through and each individual he met. You know, you had the young soldier who just bolted. And then you basically had...
Can I just say, this guy had to change his approach to picking up people.
Right? Like when we're first doing this, I'm like, I'm about to see a dude just get head. Like the whole time. Exactly. I'm like, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. The whole time I'm like,
yo, I got a job for you and I got a lot of money. And the young dude just like, the fuck?
I'm gonna have to give him head, am I? And
can you take me back to the barracks, please?
Yeah, so I need to say that. Dude, you need a better approach at
I mean, that first dude, he was like, I'm gonna smash your face, and like, nope. And then he went to the dude who was picking up plastic bags and stuff, and that dude was like, no. Like, I know what it looks like, but no.
No.
And then the young soldier just bolted, like right when he got told what he was supposed to do, but I don't think he believed quite that. And then you get to like the religious aspect of it. He picks up basically a student,
a seminary, right?
A seminary, and he's basically doing what the dude told him not to do, was lecture him on, you know, how suicide is a sin and this and that. And it's cool to see like the religious aspect of it. And then you get to the final guy, and the final guy actually makes an impact on him in some form. And this is just a old man who works as is he a professor? He works at a college.
Yeah, taxidermist or something like that.
Teaching taxidermy. And he's had so many years of living, and he even tells him his perspective of how he was suicidal one time, and he was saved just simply from the fruit of a mulberry tree.
Yeah.
And I really like connected with that because, you know, during my depression, like it's always the small things for me. Like you have to appreciate that. And I can't say like there's no cure for depression for me. But I continue to think of the small things, but for others, if you need help or medication, go for it. That's, I mean, because the way they're bringing this up is he was just like, yeah, the mulberry saved me. And it's like, for some people that works, but for others, it's not that simple. And I just wanted to throw that out there. But this movie is beautiful in a way. I think you're right. I think there is a lot of aspects to it that are very Ikiru-like, and that could be why I love this film.
Yeah. So it's odd. I guess it's just the International Film Months. It's always Brad and I are really kind of on the same page. This might just be near perfect, and I need that second viewing to really, nail it down for me. Because right now, like, I know I just watched a masterpiece. I know for sure.
And the thing is, you said this before, it's like nothing's happening. But really, if we were to go into deeper with this, there's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. So, like, when I say that, I mean, so, like, for a film that is literally taking place in one location, really, you know, inner city, the inner city, and then out into the fields. That's it.
Just like a construction working area.
Yeah. There's not a lot of happening externally, like outside. Like it's an everyday. It's just kids going to school, people walking the street, people working. It's not this like there's a lot of stuff going on. Like, you know, in close up you have, you know, the people who are living their lives, but also like, you know, the police are out here and stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff kind of going on in close up.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like, it's kind of like a regular day for people out here. But, you know, even though there's not a lot going on, there's a lot that's being said in here, like just this whole feeling of looking at this man and just like I've always said, it's so like, your words can be impactful, right? But there's just something from the way that how your face reads, on a film,
Well,
and the body language.
And the fact that they never go and explain why he is feeling this way.
Mhm.
It is just, he's suicidal. That's it.
And he kind of hints at it at points. I think he might just be sick or something, because he's like, "Oh, eggs aren't good for me. They're not good for me. They're not healthy."
But I got the feeling like that line was just so he wouldn't have to, expend any more time with people who aren't going to help him. That's what I got. Like with the tea, like later, like I gotta go find somebody who's gonna actually help me with this.
And then, can I go ahead and say one of the most beautifully shot scenes at night, and for something that you can barely even see anything. Like, my first example that comes to my head, Sicario. What's it called? Those scenes at night are beautifully lit, but like in here, it's like, oh crap, I can barely see a thing, but it's just amazing how like he's right there.
And then the close up of his face, and then it just ends. Well, it kind of ends because in this form they actually go into like shots of like the military running, and at the end, I don't count that as the end though. I count the end where it's just a close up of his face and then darkness.
Epilogue. I think that's an epilogue of Kiarostami saying, "Hey, I felt this way before, but this is what kept me pushing this."
I didn't think of that.
Making films and being able to make art like this, like I felt this way. To me, that was kind of Kiarostami's like director's note at the end of his on the end of a pamphlet in his Blu-ray or his Criterion collection. It's like, here it's not like in a close-up where that's like the feeling like, okay, maybe he actually met the guy, right? But in here, it's like, I think this is Kiarostami like, okay, guys, I just gave you probably one of the most heaviest films you've ever seen, but just know that I felt this way before, and this is what has gotten me out of that, trench. That the fact that I get to make movies and I get to make these incredible pieces of art is what makes me feel like I've got a purpose in this world.
Well, and I really liked where he didn't tell us what happened.
No,
like he left it to interpretation of, because this guy was being hesitant both ways. Because he went back and he was like, can you throw 2 stones at me? And that old dude was like, just awesome. He's like, I'll throw 3, shake you, I'll do whatever you want, I'll be there. And maybe that's all he needed at the end was a friend. And that's what I really felt, this like old guy at the end. Like he didn't need like a religious lecture. He didn't need people just running away from him scared because of his mental issues. He needed a friend. And so in my mind's eye, I like to think that he lived through this, but there's possibility, that his plan went through and became one with the earth again. But I gotta say, this is just such a beautiful film, and I've grown an appreciation just off these 2 films for Kiarostami. He's taken such just, how like generally you're looking at like big epics, like Apocalypse Now, just giant epic, beautiful movie. There's something special like with the Ikiru, like with the Taste Cherry, like with the Close Up, where it's just really simple ideas, like just general, simple, everyday things, and then on paper, and then
kill himself, find a barrier.
I mean, he has a hole. That's literally, there's like three different areas in this, and 2 of them are barely in the movie. So it's a very simple movie, but it is one of the most moving pieces of art I've ever seen.
Yeah. And let me tell you, I was not ready for that, man. Like, this. I'm kind of still feeling it. Like, it's heavy, man. Like, I'm just there, like, because at the end of the day, I think this speaks to that larger issue. It's like, it takes a lot to get there, but it also takes something pretty simple to pull us out of that thought of wanting to do that, because like, what's it called? And that's why a lot of people are always like, don't call the police when you get like this, because it's going to make matters worse. Simply talking and listening, you see, just that one conversation he had with the old man
put him on the edge because he was very sure he was going to do it.
Yeah.
And then just that talk made him waver.
Yeah. And I love when, like, with the religious man, and just him telling him all these things, but like that explaining to him how this man has also seen a lot of things, because the seminary, like, he was in Afghanistan. The war in Afghanistan was terrible, and so the
opening of this shows just how there's no jobs in Iran. Like, everybody's wanting to be a laborer. Like, can you please give me a job? So it's hard times out there.
Mm-hmm. Like I was saying with Close Up, like, he has an incredible way of externally analyzing the environment in which these characters are living in. It's like, I would understand, your country was just like, it's completely changed. There's wars going around. Labor is low and nobody has a job. Like, I understand why you'd be getting to this place. But like I was saying, so for those of you who may not, for those of you who don't remember, but I'm not referring to the modern war in Afghanistan with the U.S. I'm talking about the 1997 war in Afghanistan by the Soviets. So, here's this guy who's like turned another side to his life because, something called out to him. And he was able to get out of Afghanistan during this war. So, all of these characters, even though they all bring in different perspectives, they all have a sort of impact on Mr. Badi. It was his name. I can't remember his name.
Mr. Badi.
Mr. Badi. Yeah.
I especially like the religious conversation, because if it's anything like Christianity, you don't really get that, where he's explaining, I know suicide's a sin. You don't have to tell me that. I know that. But what about making your family unhappy? Isn't that also a sin? If you're unhappy and you're making your family unhappy, and, and he one of the best lines was like, if I wanted a lecture, I'd go talk to a religious leader, not a student. And he just ended it like that.
Yeah. But it was that old man, the one that it really started to get in there. It's like, just what's it called? I think he said, I woke up and I saw the sunrise and I remembered, like, the beautiful things about life. And it's like,
and then he actually started doing that. You see him just sit down and just start staring. And then at the end, he does look at the sunset.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is an overwhelming film.
It's beautiful in every sense of the word, man. Yeah, and look, he says, if you look at the 4 seasons, each season brings fruit. In summer, there's fruit. In autumn, too. Winter brings different fruit. In spring, too. No mother can fill her fridge with such a variety of fruit for her children. No mother can do as much for her children as God does for his creatures. You want to refuse all that? You want to give it all up? You want to give up the taste of cherries? It's like, it's like I say, every single moment. And also, I got to point out the cinematography, bro. The camera movements, everything is just so smooth and so beautifully shot. Like, you have those moments where you're looking at Mr. Badi, and then we're cutting out to the car just moving along the trails. And it's just like.
Or the car getting stuck and then everyone rushing to help him. Yeah. I mean, that scene I thought was pretty strong. It's like all these strangers. This dude's trying to kill himself, and all these strangers just helped him lift his car. Yeah,
I really got to say that this, like Brad, this is so. I don't know if top 10 yet. That's what I need that second rewatch for. This is 100% my 100 favorite movies of all time. 100 freaking percent my favorite movies of all time. This movie is incredible. Just like so, once again, another film of Kiarostami where you barely even have a score, but like. That final score, what's it called? When they're playing the behind the scenes reel, and it's just that beautiful jazz in the back. It's just like, oh, so soothing, so beautiful. And I love how Kiarostami, like, the moment he says, like, hey guys, we finished the shoot. This is just gonna be an audio tape, and it's like, and then boom, no words are being said. It's just all this, looking at the crew working and the music in the back. It's like there's just a poetic nature of the way that Kiarostami kind of makes his movies, and it's so beautiful. I kind of wish that this would have been our December pick so we could go through more of his movies.
Yeah,
but wow, like I'm just completely amazed at the work that I just saw this week and last week.
Well, it's definitely one of those that it's surprising. It's surprising how we don't know about these directors until we actually just go, why don't we watch this?
Yeah.
And
Thank you so much.
these should be some of the most well-known directors in my eyes. Tarkovsky, Kiarostami, and I'm sure there's more. Just for the
Yeah.
fact we are in the U.S. bubble that we don't know of.
Yeah. It's just it's crazy, man. It's like, you know, but like, I mean, 100%. Thank you to Janus Films and Criterion. You know, they're easily, you know, putting these out so that way they're, you know, more accessible to people. And I mean, this International Film Month always surprises me because we get introduced to all these different directors in different countries, the films that we've never seen. But I mean, it's really showing today, like, just how incredibly you know, incredible work is coming out of the Iranian new wave of cinema at the time. And I can't wait to go more into Kiarostami. I believe one of his films, Where's My Friend's House, is basically another simple one, Brad.
I really feel like this is a lot of Kiarostami's films is just going to be really simple, generic ideas. But when you watch it, it's just a whole nother level.
Well, that one is just you know, kid, leaves his notebook, and his friend, mistakenly takes it, and he's fearing explosion, so he has to go to his house to take it back. Simple.
Very simple.
Yeah.
But sometimes the best movies are the ones based on just simple plots.
Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and refrain from giving that 10, bro, because I really need that second viewing to really process every single thing I just watched. I'm going to go straight to that 9.5 out of 10. This is incredible. I mean, this is recommended viewing. If there's ever been a recommended viewing, guys, like, just grab Criterion for that 1 week free trial. Watch this right now. Like, you know,
I mean, and the restoration, I gotta give Criterion that, because we went from close up where I'm going, like, what kind of cameras did this guy was able to get, to this, and I'm just going, my God, did he get a budget? Like, holy shit.
Yeah. I really gotta give him props. Next sale, I'm picking Taste of Cherry up. I'm picking it up. I'm getting that Blu-ray, bro. This looks beautiful.
And it's just, I mean, I need to pick up Ikiru and this one, because I think you're right. It probably, I didn't realize it until you said it there. I'm like, these are very similar stories.
Yeah. You know, of course, Ikiru's a little bit more expanded because there's a lot going on with, you know, him wanting to finish that last task. But there's that same amount of dread you feel, and the same type of performance with the protagonist, where it's not really, you know, dialogue heavy. They're performing. It's really that face they're putting out through.
Uh-oh. Did we lost Raul? Well. Uh-oh. What if I take him out from back in? All right, we might have to edit this one. Whoop. All right. Technical difficulties. Yeah, sorry everybody. I'm still waiting on Raul to come back in. All right, guys. I'm waiting for Raul to give me the okay. Thank you. Everyone, I'm just waiting. I don't really know what to do at this point. Sorry for the technical difficulties again. And we might have to actually edit this one. I don't know. All right. I'm getting the okay to end it. So thank you to everyone. Thank you to all of those on Patreon. We appreciate you. And yeah, I'm just going to go with a Young Yoda out because I don't know what else to put. Okay. Okay. And all right. So here's our Patreon members. Thank you to all you. We appreciate you. And Young Yoda out.